Hi there! Follow along with me as we take visual notes on how to draw three-dimensional shapes in one-point perspective. Before we get started, it's important that we understand the terms associated with one-point perspective. The first vocabulary word is the horizon line, which is where the sky meets the ground. This represents the viewer's eye level. Next is horizontal lines. Horizontal lines are straight lines that are parallel to the horizon. Vertical lines are straight lines that go up and down and are perpendicular to the horizon. Orthogonal lines are not a common word, but they are very important in one-point perspective. These are the diagonal lines that touch the vanishing point. And last but not least, we have the vanishing point, which is the point at which receding orthogonal lines meet or converge. All lines lead to the vanishing point. Okay, now we're going to take some visual notes and learn the formula for one-point perspective. For this lesson, you'll need a piece of paper, a ruler, and a pencil. Follow along with me and feel free to pause the video at any time. Okay, step 1 in one-point perspective is to draw the horizon line. You can place the horizon line anywhere on your paper, but for the purpose of this lesson, let's just put it in the center of our paper. Make sure your horizon line is horizontal. Step 2 in the formula is to add the vanishing point. The vanishing point can go anywhere on the horizon line, achieving a variety of different compositions. For this lesson, I'm going to put mine in the center. Step 3 in the one-point perspective formula is to draw the face of the object you want to make three-dimensional. So I'm going to draw a simple square or rectangle above the horizon. Remember, the horizon line represents the eye line. Anything above it, you could potentially see the bottom of, but you won't see the top of it. Make sure your shape has precise horizontal and vertical lines. The next step is to connect the three corners of our shape to the vanishing point. We don't have to connect that fourth corner because our shape is not going to be transparent. These diagonal lines that I am drawing connect to the vanishing point, and so they are not called diagonal lines, they are called orthogonal lines. Step 5 is to end the shape. A good way to remember how to do this is that what happens in the front happens in the back. So here you can see that the bottom line is a horizontal line in the front of the shape. So the back of the shape will also be a horizontal line. These are called parallel lines. This next step is a step that most people mess up when they are first learning one-point perspective. This line is not a diagonal line, it's a vertical line because the line in front of it is a vertical line. I'm just going to use my black pen to highlight the part of the orthogonal line that is the shape so that you can see the three-dimensional object come to life using one-point perspective. And there you have it. Okay, let's try it again. Let's do an object below the horizon line and below the vanishing point, and let's see what happens. Once again, we're going to go ahead and start with the base of the shape. So that's either going to be a rectangle or a square. Next, we will connect the corners of our rectangle or square to the same vanishing point we've been using. This time, however, you'll notice that the shape is directly underneath the vanishing point. That means only two corners are going to touch that vanishing point. The other two corners are blocked by the face of our three-dimensional object, so we do not have to connect them. So the last step to finish off this three-dimensional object in one-point perspective is to end with parallel lines. Remember, what happens in the front happens in the back. So one horizontal line becomes a parallel horizontal line in the back. And now we have a second three-dimensional object in one-point perspective. We're going to practice this one more time in the top right corner, but before we do that, let's write down the steps of the 1-point perspective formula. Step 1 in the formula was to draw the horizon line. Remember, the horizon line is a horizontal line that represents the eye line. Understanding where the horizon line is allows you to better understand what your shapes should look like. For example, a shape that's above the horizon line you won't see the top of, but you may see the bottom of it. Step number 2 in the formula is to add the vanishing point. The vanishing point can go anywhere on the horizon line. Just make sure it's a point. It's not a vanishing circle. Step 3 is to draw the face of the shape, such as a square or a rectangle. These lines will consist of horizontal and vertical lines. In step 4, we will connect the corners of our shape to the vanishing point. So we will draw orthogonal lines. The amount of orthogonal lines depends on the placement of the shape in relation to the vanishing point. Sometimes you'll have 3, sometimes you'll have 2. The final step of the formula in 1-point perspective is to end with parallel lines. Always try to remember that what happens in the front happens in the back. So if the front of the shape is a horizontal line, the back of the shape will be a horizontal line. Always remember that there are no diagonal lines in 1-point perspective unless that diagonal line is touching a vanishing point, which makes it orthogonal. A couple of other vocabulary words you want to be aware of are, of course, your vertical lines, which are included in your shapes, but also perpendicular lines, which are formed when your vertical lines meet and connect to your horizontal lines. Okay, that's all the important vocabulary words and the important visual notes you'll need in order to draw anything in 1-point perspective. Feel free to go back and refer to this page if you ever get stuck and you're unsure of what the next step is in 1-point perspective. Now that you have learned the formula, go ahead and add one more 3-dimensional shape to this page, furthering your practice and understanding of 1-point perspective. This time, as I draw my 3-dimensional object, I'm not going to draw my orthogonal lines all the way to the vanishing point. I know that eventually I'm just going to erase those orthogonal lines anyway. So instead, I'm going to connect my ruler to the vanishing point and the corners of the shape and draw those orthogonal lines as far as I want to go. You decide how wide or long this 3-dimensional shape will be. The lines are still connected to the vanishing point. I just didn't go all the way. And then I'll end my shape with parallel lines, which will be vertical and horizontal lines. And that's it. We have now mastered the formula of 1-point perspective. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to follow us at Art Teacher Fusion for more lessons and inspiration.